Whoa, good morning. Bloody hell, it's 5:43. 5:43. Ireland's call is the one big thing at the minute. I got coffee. I've had breakfast. I may not look it, but I am awake. How is everybody doing? Now, I don't know the score of the previous game because I've only just got out of bed. Crawled out of bed, so if you could be so kind and spam me with a few false results, that will at least put a bit of doubt in my mind for later. Although I feel like over the course of the next two games, I'll probably end up fighting out, but give me a chance. Anyway, how's everybody? John, good morning. 5210, nice. Morning, Montague. We can't be far away from kickoff now. Time here is 5:44 in the morning. I was planning to get up at 5:30, but my body clock got me up at 5:19. I checked the clock and thought, I better just get out of bed because I'll be up in 10 minutes anyway. So I was able to just kind of amble about making coffee instead of doing it in a hurry. Conor Murray is back, Porrick, it's true. 1 minute till kick off. Daniel, back from Namibia, lekker. How's it, man? Marty is in Cape Town. Pathfinder, I think I predicted Ireland by 3 for this one. Unfortunately, I think the table will be shown multiple times today. The table, unless Italy won, shouldn't be a big deal. Anyway. Oh, James, man, cheers for that. Good morning. Good morning, get the Irish coffee in. Hope this help goes towards your wine. Well, I'm drinking coffee out of an Irish-themed cup anyway, so it's about as Irish as it gets in the morning. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Tim says 25-mile ride ruined by a crate of cider. Eh? You mean you're smashing a crate of cider and putting all that weight back on? Italy won 50 points. Oh, well, that will be noticeable on the table. Connor's in Dublin. How's it? Frank, befitting finale for CJ to bow out with a victory. Agree. He'd love it. It's a pity there's no crowd there for him, eh? But he's not the only guy to kind of retire with no crowd. Right, we've just kicked off on my one. So I don't know if I'm ahead or behind, but it is game time, folks. 10 seconds in. Italy won 70 points. That's also not going to be very noticeable on the table. I don't want the Italy score, no. If you are going to give me a score, give me a false one. So, yeah, so I get a bit misdirected. But like I said, there's 2 games on before I get to watch the Italy one. So in all likelihood, they will show the score at some point, or they'll talk about it in the punditry if the game gets a bit quiet. What minutes do we get the beers? Probably not during my morning. 1 minute gone. Youngs is going to box kick. How's the chase? Too easy for Stockdale on his return. Literally now kicking off. Elliot, how the hell can that be right? I'm in New Zealand and I'm streaming it. I'm not watching it on the TV. Hi from Wales, Joel, man. Went for a walk in my England jersey this morning in Dublin. Got a few smiles. Brave man, John. Here goes Ireland. This time they're not going to kick. Stockdale gets a bit of go forward ball. Oh, Henshaw's in touch. Lively start. Very lively. Jason, good morning, man. How are you doing? I got the iTV Hub because I don't have a TV, so it's on my laptop. Still no clue how you head. Mate, I'm on a PlayStation. Streaming over Wi-Fi, so I should be about as slow as it gets. So I don't get how that works. And I'm in New Zealand. Kia ora, April Tui. How you doing? Peter is in Canada, waiting for the Wales game. You've still got 3 hours. English line out, secure the ball. David Wakefield's player. Charlie Yules gets the ball. David's a regular on the live streams. Not a big fan of Charlie Yules, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Ford puts a little dinky kick through. It's a pretty average one. Ooh. Earls lost it, but not by Earls. It was by an English hand. Oh, goodness me. That's a comedy errors there. Well, that was scrum. Steffi's on the ITV Hub too, but 20 seconds ahead of me, which makes more sense. Morning, Carl, man. How are you going? Did they forget or run out of money for a stand behind the post on the left? I've always wondered about that, about the stadium as well. Why that one end always seems it seems small compared to the rest of the stadium. Maybe it's a concert thing. Maybe that's where they usually put the stage. Don't know. That wouldn't make sense, would it? The stage should go in the middle. Not the most tidy of starts. Nah. Not really. It's because of the shade over nearby houses, Jason. Wow, that's fascinating. Building restrictions, man. Okay, similar with Eden Park and their noise restrictions due to the neighbors. I never knew that. That's great. Not great, but like, thank you for the information. Solid scrum. Bundy, go into touch. That's just basically a turnover, isn't it? Hey, what's happened to Melons? I haven't even noticed. I only turned on the broadcast right as they were doing the anthems. Welsh fans looking forward to the game later? Fair enough. Can't believe it took me this long to work out I can pause you until the game caught up. There you go. That's true. I never knew it either until people told me about that. Oh yeah, Elliot Daly is in 15. So who's playing 13? Is Marchant starting? Who's coming on the bench? Ah, Lawrence. Okay, thank you, bud. Makes sense. Stupidly, part of me was like, I wonder if Odogu got into the lineup. Nope. They've just started talking about Tyke Furlong's fancy footwork on my stream. Didn't take long. 6 minutes. Tojo's turned over Furlong. Pulled up in training, man, that's a bugger. Are we supporting Ireland then, Declan? Well, I picked Ireland anyway. But I've got England. England's here. England is not being left out. We love all the teams in this part of the country. Burns also off the bench and Ross Byrne takes his place. Thank you, Barry. That's unusual for guys to pull up like that. Choke tackle from Ireland, but back for the advantage at the line out. England kick this one, surely. Italy will snap up a dog if England don't use him. That's why I'm kind of surprised that he didn't give him some minutes, eh? Even just one would lock him in forever. Why wouldn't you do that? I was kind of partially sure that England had called him up relatively quickly based on his form just to lock him in. But nope. Apparently not. Tim says, no way. He won't do it. We'll see, Tim. O'Dogger's the guy who plays for Wasps. His first name's Paolo, so kind of Italian name. I think he's got Italian grandparent, is it? I think one of his parents is half Italian, something like that. 3-0, people. Farrell has just slotted a penalty. Morning, Rand Man. His left toe is Italian. You'd love to see O'Dogger playing for Italy. Yeah, they could use a few more players like that, eh? I'd rather O'Dogger would be like a star for Italy than him be a bit part player for England, but it's up to him, man. On England's record compared to Italy's, would you choose Italy if you had the choice? Maybe not. Not unless you genuinely felt that was your team. Jacob, he's caught by Watson. Here's trouble. Yeah, it's another penalty. It's another penalty. Stockdale was in a tough position, to be fair, in that corner. Really good kick. He could have kicked it, but he had bugger all time. If he'd given it to Keenan, Keenan would have had bugger all time. Yeah. Whoa. Wow, held up. What a move. That was so sneaky. Ireland actually jumped Tyke Byrne, but essentially they just chucked him out the way of that maul. Unbelievable. Ireland's maul defence did amazing to hold that out, to be fair. crazy. Ireland hanging on at the moment, yeah. At the moment. Oh, they're going to reset it. Make a cup of tea, people. Ref's having a word to say something about the scrum. Did that guy just get left hanging in the air of the line out? Yeah, that was a really bizarre one. Early push. So England just been free kicked. Man, this game's got no momentum. It's more with England, but still unable to capitalise. Who's the ref? Isn't that Reynal? Pretty sure, Matthew Reynal. Do they say a th in French? Probably not. Mathieu? Ah, it is Reynal. England are mauling it up. First up. Come on, England. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to kick? Run it, man. Henshaw just monstered forward. What a tackle. Would not let him get to ground. Would not let him get rid of the ball. Henshaw monstered him. Man, Ireland are good at that. Henshaw was having none of that nonsense. Look how quickly he read that. Yeah, nah. Not getting away, son. Henshaw's fantastic, yeah. He is very good. AY, man, how's it going? Can't believe Italy beat Scotland. I look forward to watching that game, which I did not know the result to. Thank you, man. Key. Guess that to that man Henshaw. Tyke Bird. Ford put a tackle on him, believe it or not. Oh. Sexton puts boot to ball after a few phases. Good kick just outside the 22, and this bloody Henshaw again. Whoa, and they've won a penalty. Man, Henshaw's had his Weet-Bix this morning, isn't he? He is everywhere. Henshaw's played himself into a Lions 15. Absolutely. He's everywhere. What a machine. Yeah, man. Henshaw's having a stormer. I don't know what you guys would say he's had for breakfast. We'd probably say he's had his Weet-Bix. Yeah. Is Rand the only one who doesn't rate Sexton all that much? Sexton cops a lot of stick. Surely I can just write a 3. He's going to get this. I'm not trying to jinx him, but go on. He's going to kick this. All day long. He's nailed it. 17 minutes and 40 seconds in, and it's 3 points apiece. They say Weet-Bix here, which still sounds wrong to me after 18 years of living here. Yeah, true. New Zealand's brand is Weet-Bix. W-E-E-T. But they do sell Weet-Bix here as well. Like the imported ones. They'll mark that one. Whoa, what the hell are you doing, Conor Murray? Oh my goodness. What? I was like, that's way too deep. That's a simple mark. No, it's so deep that it bamboozled Murray. What the hell? Whoa, let's put the pressure on, man. You don't need that. Murray, golden rule, never let the ball bounce. I don't think he meant to. God, he just misread it. Holy man. You can't be doing that. Oh. Kilcoyne might have to have an HIA, I think. Yeah, oh God. I don't know if he'll be back. Not after that. That looked pretty nasty. Kean Healy's a decent replacement to bring on, though, isn't he? They've just said Kilcoyne won't return. They've already said it. At least on my stream. Oh, Henderson knocked it on. Brutal. Neither side's really able to go through the phase at the moment, eh? Whoever starts to click's going to get in front, you would say. Close game it's been, Mr. Fantastic. You're right. 20 minutes in, neither side's able to dominate the other. Kian, mate, I am at 20 minutes and 15 seconds right now. They've just set a scrum, England's feed. Billy V's taking it off the back. Youngs, Farrell. Johnny May, is that his first touch? Daly. Drag down. Bundyaki over the ball. Oh, close. Good defense. Bloody Henshaw's there again. Oh, they've knocked it on, surely. No, it's a penalty for a neck roll. I didn't see that. Flishin, as a Welsh fan, is still strangely calm about the game in 2 hours? 3 hours. 3 hours. It would be pointless to pick Stander in the summer if he's not going to be available for next World Cup. Stander made a blunder. Should have kept his retirement thoughts to himself. Apparently, Andy Farrell said he's known about it for weeks. Which does beg the question, why does he keep playing him? But because he's a good player, that's why. And Andy Farrell wants to win now. It's just like, Wales still pick Jake Ball even though he's leaving. Although he's not been playing much, but he's been in the squad. Whoa, what the hell? I turned away from a second and Earls! Unbelievable. What happened? I missed it. I just saw Earls in space. How the hell did that happen, people? Give me a replay. What? Huge line-out move. Oh, and then taps it down for an on-rushing Earls. He beats Billy V. He steps Johnny May. And he's over. What? Is the ref talking about something or no? Stepping Johnny May, yeah, man. It's a funny one because I like Johnny May, but when I picked like a mock Lions team like a year ago and I didn't pick Johnny May, people gave me a lot of stick. But is Johnny May the starting winger based on current form? No. It's a year out, man. You can pick anybody you like. A lot of things can happen in a year. Anyway, great kick. What a try. Well, better pick the score as well, not just the try. Almost 25 minutes in. 10-3. Johnny May seems technically inept, not denying his physical side of the game. Did Carey take him in the air? No. England are loving them all in this game. Don't know what maul it is, but 3, 4 at least. And they've won a penalty from it, so there you go. Yes, I will watch the Wales game later. It's not on for another 2 hours and 45 minutes. Saw Earl's try being mentioned. I forgot Ireland have got their own Earls, and you got Ben Earl for England. Never thought about that connection. Johnny May, not the best at defence. We go on about James Lowe's ineptness at defending. It's funny, eh? Like, anyway, people can be talked up and then brought back down to earth in kind of no time. Like in 2018, Stockdale was the best winger in the world, and then when they switched him to fullback, not that long later, people are saying he doesn't belong on the side. James Lowe, before he got capped for Ireland, was going to be the best winger in the world, and then never has panned out from thus far at test level. Julian Savia probably used to be the best winger in the world, and then he kind of fell off a cliff, so performance-wise, it's just weird, eh? Who'd be a winger? Well, to be fair, it's not that bad a job. Farrell's lining up a shot. Looks good. It is good. Still very tight. The bust in 2015, yep, he was pretty much unstoppable. "27 minutes, people." They mauled it up again. This time looks like they've turned it over. Ball not available. Not releasing. Hello from Christchurch. Zinks, man, you are up early. Maximo, how's it going? This game's a bit dry, says CGM. It hasn't quite hit its full straps yet, but the Earl's try was a proper thing of beauty. I'll be back in just a second. It's too early. Hope we get a Grand Slam so badly, says Gojira. I think you and quite a few Welsh people, when I was watching Super Rugby AU last night, God knows how many times I was asked, do you think Wales are going to win tomorrow? Or today? A lot. It's on people's minds, rightly so. Love the stream this morning in the lambing shed. Hope you're not using all your mobile data, man. Yuda says France by at least 12. Jorge is in favour of Ireland for this one. Scott is back in France. Oh, scrum penalty for Ireland. I think they're going to take that 7-point lead back now. Did you hear about the flooding in Sydney? Eh? No, I didn't hear it. Mako's hand was on the ground? End of the month with 8 gig left. Oh, not too bad then, man. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? Who do you want to win this one? I dislike each team equally. I don't really mind who wins, eh? It's not going to make a difference in terms of the overall scheme of things, but in terms of who I predicted Ireland. It'd be nice to get it right. Won't be the end of the world if I get it wrong. Where I am, Sexton has just kicked that penalty. The clock says 29:50. $13 to 6, half an hour is in. Oh, I meant actual time. It's 6:20 in the morning. The sun is not yet up. My children are not yet up. I've been up for an hour now. I woke up at 5:19, looked at my phone actually and said, oh, I'm getting out of bed. This morning, Big T is pretty early. But I don't mind it at this time. It's not stupid early because my kids are still in bed. My son may get up before this game is over. He tends to get up early when I'm watching rugby. Was that Ford that passed it as a touch? Youngs carried the ball to pick it up from his ankles. Ford and passes it straight into touch. I don't know why I find that funny, but that was hilarious. Oh, England, they got the ball back anyway. No, it's a knock on. Come on, guys. Come on. We're going to have a scrum. England getting spooked? Maybe. I don't know. Both sides will be looking at reducing errors at the team talk at halftime, I would imagine. Lataro, your English is fine, man. Don't worry about it. As long as you make yourself understood, nobody minds. It's another scrum penalty. Shonik, mate. A couple bucks for the coffee fund. Appreciate that. I'm switched to water at the moment. Thank you, brother. Not exactly a real hard drink, the old water. But it's 6:20 in the morning. You gotta keep hydrated. Hope you're enjoying the game, man. Appreciate that. James' favourite match of the Six Nations so far. Which one was my favourite so far? The Scotland-England one was pretty good, wasn't it? Although England fans won't like that one. But just the tension at the end of that one was bananas. Did I hear about the Ospreys upset? People were asking me about that yesterday as well. Yeah, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it yet. I hear it's a big comeback. Got a lot of points in the end of the game. Do a video on the Georgian rugby team. I haven't actually watched their recent games, which is tragic. I've been rather time poor, but I'll get there. Right. Ireland. Are they going to end up kicking it, or will they be able to bust down this English defence? Ooh. That was the problem they had in the Autumn Nations Cup. They've gone 8 phases. Throwing the ball on the ground, fair enough, that's one way of doing it. Stockdale gets slammed by Curry. How are England playing? You're at work, Stan. It's been a mixed bag. Their maul's doing okay, but the error rate's way too high. 13 phases Ireland, they are actually getting forward. Conan's getting a bit isolated. Not quick ball. Murray. 15 phases. This is the Ireland of recent years. They just smash you phase after phase after phase after phase. Oh, Johnny's kicked it. Oh, was that Keenan that got that ball? No way. He had no rights to that ball. What? If I misread that, who was that? But whoever got that ball was a legend. Stockdale cuts back inside. They've got advantage. Man, Ireland are relentless. I can't take my eyes off the screen. Who was it? Conan, what a try. Alright. I've decided this game was worth getting up at stupid o'clock for. Oh my goodness. Conan. I want to see that aerial ball again though. So many phases. The cross kick. I was cursing Sexton thinking this is a stupid kick. It's too deep. Furlong. Passing to Stunder. Show me this kick. It is Keenan. What a take, man. Get off the pitch. How can you be doing that? Go play some Gaelic football, bro. You're cheating. Unbelievable. 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 Ireland's Gaelic football background helps with the aerial ball. No kidding after that one, man. Unbelievable. Keenan has been a revelation at fullback, eh? He's so good. He doesn't look like he should be good, man. He's one guy that you look at him, he looks like, he kind of reminds me of Ben Smith. He looks like the guy who should be doing the accounts for the game, not playing the game. Unbelievable. Sexton was key to that try. Yeah, shouldn't have doubted him. And what a kick from Sexton as well. It's 20 points. Unbelievable. 2 very good tries from Ireland, man. What can you say? Ireland more than matching England's physicality and showing more precision than they have all tournament. Yeah, It's the physicality which is key. Like previously, that Ireland attack has gone up against that English defence and gone nowhere. But they were creeping up even before the cross kick. Cheers, Patrick, man. Good to see you. Good stuff from Ireland. England are lackluster. Yeah, too many errors from England. And they've just been penalised again. No extra rolls. Oh, and Eddie looks frustrated. As much as I want to, I can't fault a thing Ireland did there. It was such a good phase. Such a good set of phases. Man, Farrell almost lost that. Extra roll. I can't do that anymore. Ireland's turn for a wee maul. It's going nowhere. It's going to have to get rid of it. Yeah, they just run the clock down to 40 and it is half time. Solid 40 minutes. Yep. Worst game of the Six Nations. James, maybe, like it's hard to say worst, but Wales against Italy, like Wales were obviously phenomenal, but I was just so like brought down by Italy. Like, come on guys, again, you're gonna ship almost 50 points again. That wasn't anything about the game. It was just Italy losing for the, by such a big margin so many times in a row. Right, I'm going to try and check the halftime stats without seeing the Scotland result, which may prove difficult, but it's doable. Six Nations stats. Henshaw's playing some fantastic rugby. You are not wrong there, man. He is absolutely class. Shonik, I haven't seen anything about Italy against Scotland. I only got out of bed in time to watch this game. 2 magnificent tries. Formidable Ireland team is very true, mate. Right, round 5. Don't see the Scotland game. No, that's the wrong page. Come on, round 5. Still stuck on round 1. Come on, don't see the wrong game. No, it's not the right one. Henshaw for Lions 12, you reckon? Might be right. France. Okay, I've managed to get the stats up without being spoiled to the result. Hurrah. And there's no halftime show. I'm just getting highlights of England against France, so there's no chance of them dropping spoilers for the first game during the halftime show. Possession 54-46 to Ireland. Territory 62-38 to Ireland. Handling errors. 4 Ireland, 5 England. Italy shouldn't get relegated, in my opinion. I feel like Georgia are ready to come up. Wasn't expecting that result. Thought England were going to smash us. Nah, man. So far, so good. I'll be back. What are we thinking second half? England comeback or Ireland to keep turning the screws? CGM says next score wins. Both sides are tackling at a very high rate. 92% and 90%. But Ireland have only had to attempt 39 tackles, whereas England are at 72, which is a lot more work. Jeffy Davis saying if you place last in the Six Nations, you should play the top place European Championship for a relegation place. Yeah, interesting, but somebody mentioned yesterday that the way, like, the Six Nations is owned by the 6 participating teams. So there's no way Italy's going to go out anywhere, right? Because they're a part owner. So, yeah. People can keep talking about it, but it ain't going to happen. But I still think they should play a team like Georgia just to give us a bit more context on where we're at. Can they be bought out? Well, they just sold the competition to CVC, right? The private equity firm. But Italy bring in way money to the game than any other country would, like in that neighborhood. So I can't see it happening. Italy will never leave. Exactly. It's a big money spinner, even if they keep getting done. Georgia in autumn didn't really show enough to be in the conversation. They lost that key game to Fiji, which was particularly disappointing. But I still think Georgia need a more, like something more than what they're getting. But they're in an awkward position where, like, they're not good enough for the Six Nations either. I don't know. It's awkward. Like, it took Argentina a couple of big World Cup runs to get a proper competition, eh? Last time Ireland lead by 20 points or more against England at home. Well, the lead's only 14. Italy, like a tier 1B team, they hammer the other tier 2 teams but struggling. So yeah, Jezza, you're right, man. They're just such an awkward position. They're too good to play in any other competition, but they're not good enough at the moment to play in any competition that they play, like in the competition they play in. It's such a weird place. And Georgia's almost the same. They're too good for what they play in, but not good enough to step up. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is. That's one good way of putting it, YouTube. Italy are the worst of the best. And Georgia are the best of the worst? Don't know. I hate Mondays. Just in now, good man. If you're Irish, you'd be pretty happy with that first half, eh? If you're English, or if you're Tim, probably not overly impressed with that first 40. Everyone seems to be pretty pumped for the next game, though, to be fair. Margins are so fine, we could easily be talking about an Irish Grand Slam if not for the Mahoney red card and a very tight game against France. Yeah, that's part of the reason, man. Eat my Shamrock, which is an interesting username. That's part of the reason I picked Ireland for the win for this one, albeit only by 3, just because they haven't been bad in any game. Linda, yes, it's still half time, but it can't be too far away. Ollie Lawrence is so overhyped, I don't want to see him playing for England again, and Yules is so bad. Who do you need, David? Who can do the job in the second row apart from Yules? England can still play a master plan for the second half. Quite possible. 2007, Ireland lead 26-6 half time. Game ended 43-13. Oh, that's for good. Similar scoreline. Could say the same as a Scotland dodgy performance. Line out last week cost us. Yeah, I guess you can always look back and find a reason you might have won a game. But yeah, Ireland haven't been far away. My English dad is complaining about the ref. Thoughts so far? Actually, I should look what the penalty count is. I don't remember seeing anything particularly egregious. Penalties conceded as 4-5, with England conceding one more. It's pretty close. One of those scrum penalties, Muckle did seem to put his arm down. One of them was for pushing early because they'd done it once already. It was a free kick. Second time was a penalty. Am I streaming Wales France? Yes, I will be. English ill discipline. Ireland have constantly been on the edge of being good, but just seem to stuff things up a little bit. Gareth, that's one way of putting it. Next score is crucial, says Paul. Yeah, if England get it, it's back to game on, eh? But if Ireland get it, it's starting to look like game over. Henshaw for man of the match. Vincent, he's looking the business at the moment. Another thought about relegating Italy. They're just going to come back up next year. It won't make them better. It won't make them disappear. Yeah, I don't think there's an easy solution because it's just that awkward position that Italy are in. That we need them to get better, but how do we do that? Reece Zammit will save us. What do you think? Reece Zammit's a pretty good player. Although he's getting to that point... how do you say it? You know when players are in good form and people get kind of irrationally invested into a player? Like he's getting not quite there, but like some people... Again, it's just me not wanting to read the comments about Team of the Week videos, but like one guy last week was like, I can't watch your video if you don't pick Reece Zammit for the wing. He's unbelievable. And it's like, yeah, okay. He scored an intercept try against Italy, had a try assist. Equally, I could say Italy are that much of a shambles, I shouldn't be picking anybody from Wales. But I try to go fair balance. Anyway, he's a very good young player. Very good. Know that feeling. Same feeling as you get crabs. Okay. Interesting way of putting it. Looks like Genja's on at halftime. Zam will be targeted now and will level off in terms of his impact. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Teams will adjust. But the dude has out and out pure pace. And that's hard to, like, you can plan for him as much as you like, but nothing's going to take that pace away. But yeah, not England, New Zealand. Caleb Clark had one big game, and we were like, man, this is the second coming of John Alomu. And people just get way too excited, and it's like, all right, easy, easy, easy. Although Reece Sammett seems to be on a more steady performance level than Clark so far. What do I think the score is going to be in France, Wales? Oh, man. You put me on the spot with that one. I don't know. England are out early, by the way. They're waiting for Ireland to come out. They're doing a bit of a warm-up. Here come Ireland. I think it'll be within 5 points. MLR is starting today. Patrick, that's very good news. I don't know that I'll have time to catch a single game of it, which is absolutely heartbreaking because I got to see some of the MLR last year, including the Free Jacks. Got to see Matanonu playing for the Legion. It was good. Buster Rowe was playing for Rooney. I think it'd be a 5-point game. Yeah, man. Could be very close. Hard to call. I thought this one was going to be closer than 14 points, but here we go. Second half underway, people. How's the game been? A lot of the games. It's been good, man. 2 very, very good Irish tries. Very good. I think the game will be with a bonus point and more than 7 points between. Louis Carbonell. Maybe a touch of French bias, but confidence is good. England, quick line out ball. Farrell puts the up and under. Earls gets slammed by Daly. They're going to turn the ball over. Sure enough, England starting with a wee bit of fire and brimstone. They've been given the hard word at halftime. Definitely. Eddie sent them out early, under instructions. Couldn't see if his foot was on the ground there or not. England want a very early dry second half. Apparently England have never before come back from 14-point deficit to win, at least according to ITV commentators. Is that right? Oh, they've just conceded a penalty at the line out for obstruction. We saw one game with loads of those penalties. Was it Italy, somebody? Jack, it is 6:48 in the morning. It's around about the time my daughter usually wakes up. But not yet. Tom Curry gets in the way of the ball carrier. Yeah. Can't do that anymore. England really rattled. What's happened there? Billy V's been penalised. CJ stunned her. Boom. I think Curry may have got a wee bit of shoulder in that one. I love the smile on Stunder's face. That's hilarious. He loves it. Would you like to see a New Zealand Australian tour like the Lions? If you could combine the 4 rugby championship teams to make a Lions side, that could be fun. But there's no spot on the rugby calendar for it. We got the Barbars teams. That's the closest we'll get, I think. Am I Irish? Nah, Thomas. I am a Kiwi. Despite the kit I'm wearing right now. I have an England one hanging there and a Welsh one hanging there. Ford has just cleared. Keenan with the up and under. Daly reads that way too easily. Gets rid of Keenan. Here we go. Genji. What time are you at in the game, James? I'm at 44:35. Who do we like out of the MLR Blue Jay? The Arrows? Maybe? They got a nice jersey. The Free Jacks have also got a very nice jersey. Good kick. We'll have a line out down in Ireland's 22. Heritage. Oh man, us Kiwis are a mix of a bit of everything. I've definitely got some Irish in me, but probably more English. I've got a Welsh surname. There'll be some Scottish in there somewhere, I'm sure. Tends to be the way with us colonials, man. Eddie isn't going anywhere this side of the World Cup. I'm not too worried about England not being on fire this tournament because Eddie will have it lined up for the World Cup, not for this year. Surely. That's what he does. He gets the timing right. He'll be formulating a game plan. He's just kind of treading water for the moment. I'm a mongrel myself, Spanish, German, Dutch, born in Congo. There you go. You can be an honourable Welshman tonight. Well, with my Welsh surname, I'll take it. I think I got a bit of French in there somewhere, man. So I can claim any side. Eddie Jones out of ideas, you think? You reckon? Nah, I don't think so. I think he's reluctant to show his hand so early before a World Cup. He'll come up with a new game plan. Don't forget a big chunk of the England team playing the championship. Yeah, that's right, James. The Sarries guys came into this competition looking rusty. Eddie Jones's contract, I think, is through the next World Cup, man. With New Zealand being the best rugby team in the world for most part of so long, what's the difference between Northern Hemisphere and the All Blacks? That's tough. Generally, the All Blacks have had a ton of depth in recent years. But I don't know. They seem to have been kind of figured out in recent times. We'll see. In the last few years, we've been beaten by Ireland for the first time, Argentina for the first time, dropped from number 1 in the rankings, got beaten by England at Rugby World Cup. Oh man, big run from Henderson. Oh, Ireland are ferocious. Tyg Furlong, Murray, Sexton, Byrne, loose ball, Johnny, dinky kick, too big, too small. Are you kidding me? No way. No. 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 TMO's going to have a look. Wales still looking for that win against New Zealand. Alan, yeah, you're right. It hasn't happened in my lifetime. Or my dad's lifetime, I think. Maybe when my dad was above. Earls may have scored a wonder try, but the TMO's going to check for a knock on. No try. Henderson. Far out, that's messy. Hey, you awake? Do you want to watch some rugby?
Yeah.
Oh, you sit over here on the mat, I'll get you a blanket. What's that?
That's quite comfortable.
You like it?
Yes.
Do you have a good sleep?
Yes.
Good.
Who's winning?
Ireland are winning against England. How did you sleep?
Good.
Did I wake you up with my talking?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Is that enough? One more? You're all wrapped up now. Do you want me to turn the sound on for you?
Yeah.
Right guys, you'll have to tell me what happened. My boy's out of bed. What happened? What happened? What happened? Tim says good morning, Garrett. Tim said good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah. Wait, did they give it? No try. Knock on. So back for a penalty? So they're saying Henderson knocked it on? Try got disallowed for the Irish. Knock on, back for penalty, slotted. Okay, thank you guys. 23 points to 6. Yes.
Who's winning now?
Can you see the green one? IIE.
Yeah.
That's Ireland. They're on 23. And can you see the ENG?
Yes.
That's England. They're on 6. Jordan, man, how's it going? Oh yeah, we are in the new place, yes. Good scrummage, Stephen. Yeah, I think England's conceded at least a couple of penalties at scrum time, although not all like pressure. There's been at least one that was technical. So it was a knock on by Healy. Okay. So they're saying the knockback was Henderson, knocked forward by Healy. Okay.
Dada,
Yeah.
why sometimes the Stormers not wear this jersey they usually wear?
Why do the Stormers sometimes not wear the jersey they usually wear?
Yeah.
Sometimes they alternate to a different jersey. Most teams have two.
Ah,
Yeah, they like to change them around.
waiting for the other one. No, they have three.
The Stormers, yeah, maybe they got the Marvel jersey as well. They got a Thor jersey. That might be the one you're thinking of. Sexton pushes England backwards. Daly's going to have to get out of jail here. He does remarkably well. But he's going to be put into touch. He's left the ball behind. Marchant's on the field. Kid's a stormer. One of the guys is asking you, Garrett, do you like rugby?
A little bit.
A little bit. Do you like the Stormers?
Yes.
Yes. Likes the Stormers. We'll have to take you to Cape Town one day. It's where the Stormers are playing, and it looks like a really beautiful city. Man, Daly did really well there. Beats Henshaw. Beats Aki. Stockdale can't get near him. Conan's chasing him. It's Stunder that gets him in the end, man. CJ. I don't think he has a favourite player, eh? I don't think he knows any of their names. Probably Tyke Furlong if I show him last week's clip, to be fair. Cheers from South Africa. Few Stormers fans in the chat, huh? If you're ever in South Africa, you're covered for a place to stay. Yeah, that'll be awesome, actually. There's a few people who have said that, so that'll be great.
Dada,
Yeah.
do you remember this? Remember when it was your birthday and you asked for this jersey and I said it's racing 92?
I was telling the guys about that yesterday, that you can recognise the jerseys.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Watching the Six Nations makes me miss watching the Springboks, says Jordan. Man, we haven't seen the Springboks play for an age, and we're all the worse for it.
Dada,
Yeah.
your hat
Yes.
and your jersey looks like the spring green.
Ah, but this one's Ireland. But you're right, they're both green. Maybe a different kind of green, eh? Oh, a bit of obstruction for England. That's tragedy. God, the execution's just not there. Oh, man. My grandson likes red, so supports Wales. His dad's mum is Irish, so she hates it. It's 3-1. England seem unfamiliar with the laws of the game. It's just poor execution at the moment, eh? Is that Farrell coming off? Oh, he's run into Big Ian Henderson's shoulder there. Yeah, that's not something you should be doing. Not good for your health. Stupid mistakes, yeah, that's right. Child spot. Just bad execution. Paul, man, how's it going? Oh, Corbus is a Bulls man. Not a Stormers man. Eels is coming off. Johnny Hill's on. David will be happy with that one.
Now who's winning?
Still the same score, 23-6. So it's quite a big lead they've got. The difference is quite big. Zinks, you missed a bit of the game. Yeah. Ireland is the damn eyes. Have had a bit of a couple of wonder tries and some penalties.
Dada, are you watching the actual game or the one game after?
This game's live, so we were watching this one. That's happening in Ireland right now. Time on the clock at the moment is 56:52. So we've still got just over 20 minutes to play. My son-in-law's brother played for Ulster in Ireland 21s. Great player, gave up because he got homesick. Wow, that's crazy. Right, scrum time. England feed in their own half. They could use a big scrum.
Dada,
Yes.
what can we do when the rugby's finished?
Today, believe it or not, after this game, there's another game. Wales are playing France. I think your mum said she'll take you to the park where Brett is today, though. Do you want to go there?
Yeah. Is there a winner coming?
What's that?
Is there a winner coming?
No, Nana and Granddad not coming today.
Dada, why is there no ball under there?
Where?
Oh, there's no ball under there.
There's a ball.
I can't see any
It's a messy
ball.
scrum.
What a messy scrum.
It's because they're going to have to do it again.
Why would they have to do it again after they just did one?
I know. Why do they have to do it again after they just did one? The world of scrum resets. That's the question we all ask ourselves. Wasting time here suits Ireland just fine. Indeed, there are going to be no complaints about that clock just ticking away, ticking away. Did someone say Curry's the on-field captain now that Farrell's off? Oh, they're going to do it again. Are you okay there? MLR's limiting it to 2 resets. And what are they going to do after 2 resets? They tap it? Or what's the deal? You're lucky to watch the match with my son. Yeah, he's more rolling around on the floor at the moment than actually watching the game. But it's scrum reset, so there's not a lot going on, hey? Allard wants to know, do you think Wales is going to win or France?
It's not that game yet.
It's not that game, but who do you think is going to win later?
I think France.
Not the answer you were looking for. Scrum penalty. Ireland. Furlong looks like he just won a lottery or something. Ireland are pumped. Unsubbed at the front call, I know, right? Gotta go polls here. Sinclair's not a happy chappy. Boo. Yeah, not a popular answer. Great scrum, Ireland is right. I'm just going to put the 6 up, man. He's going to get this. It's going to be a 20-point lead. Even if he takes a full minute to kick it. The scrum was always going to be key, eh? The scrum was always going to be key. And scrum for Ireland has been one of the best spots of their tournament thus far. England are getting pumped. Do you want me to put those on you again, or are you happy to do that? 26. 6. It's a long road back. Yep. Furlong found out their spuds after the game. What's that?
Who do you think's gonna win in this game?
If you look at those numbers, who do you think's gonna win?
France.
France isn't playing in this one. It's Ireland and England. France is the next game. So Ireland's the green one.
I think Ireland.
Smart kid. Once you figure out who's playing, yep. Ill discipline for England costing them again, mate. Yeah. The penalty count has been not their friend the whole tournament. Time St. Lawrence, I am at 62.35. It's an English maul. They are loving a maul in this game. How many mauls have we seen? Ireland have been pretty solid at dealing with them, but they have won the odd penalty. Just be careful with all those cables and stuff down there, okay, bud? When you're rolling around on the floor.
Is the sun up?
The sun's not quite up yet. Ooh. Billy V's not looking very good. You guys saw it before I did. That's not good. He's looking pretty groggy. Misty's starting to get pumped for the Wales game. It's not too far away now. Seems like a good tackle. First viewing. Yep, doesn't look like there's any contact with the head. He's wrapped his arm. Red. What? Joke. Oh, okay. Is it red? Are you serious? I thought you guys were joking. Is there actual contact with his head, with the shoulder? Oh, there is clear contact. I need a bigger TV because I didn't see nothing. The shoulder hits the chin. Really? Close the door, close the door. red. Wow. Where you go? I think Alice is still asleep, so stay on this side. You gonna go play in your room? Okay, just make sure you do it quietly because I think your sister's still asleep. Let me say this again. Contact with the head. Oh, maybe his chin, yeah, on that angle. Bloody hell, there's not much in it. I don't know. Right, now England are mauling it up. Oh, and it's a try. Game on, maybe? Ben Youngs has got to try it. It's not a red for April Tui. Yeah. Sniping run from Youngs round the side. More, well, it was George who peeled off first. Ah, man, my son. Hey, you're not doing that, are you? You know not to do that. Don't be doing that. I told you yesterday. Ugh, parenting. Did he get the kick? I missed it. He must have. (26-11). French officials are the worst. Game's ruined. Oh, he missed the kick. Yeah, my maths is terrible. Whoa, it's all going on. Unfair red card. I don't know. My first two angles of it, I was like, that looks fine. And then the third one, it did seem to show chin on the shoulder. Ah, goodness me. Hold on. Oi, Garrett. This way, I can hear you. Your sister's still in bed. Come on. Oh, you are awake. Okay. You go play then. Okay. If they're awake, I don't have to be quiet. My son was over there making a racket, but it turns out my daughter's already awake. Read by the rule book, but it's still harsh. Yeah, I don't know. Seemed tough, but any contact with the head is pretty much red, so that's just the way it goes. But my first two viewings of it, I was like, that's not red. It's not even a penalty, but anyway. Looks like England have just conceded a penalty. He may have ducked into Aki's body. Position was too high. Yeah, Misty, I think that's pretty much it. You have to start low. Start low. Well, the rulebook, it's a red. There needs to be some flexibility for the ref for interpretation. Yeah. It's tough, man. George Martin's come on. Is this his first game? He was on the bench once but didn't get off, right? Is that his debut? It's really similar to the Jerry Collins hit on Jarvis in 2003. Man, that's a hell of a memory. Looks like you're pulling a chair. I'm not on the most comfortable chair. I try to keep my back in decent condition. That's the exact situation when people want orange cards, says Paul. Well, that's why Super Rugby, the Aussie and New Zealand competitions, have put in 20-minute red cards, because there seems to be the belief that a lot of the red cards that get given these days are not for like malicious stuff. It's more for careless stuff. So they would rather the game not be solely down to a red card. But it's not universally popular. And off the post. Speaking of jammy, take that. A red should be a red, not a 20-minute timeout. Yeah, a lot of people think the same as you. It's not a red because of mitigating factors. Should be a yellow. Shonik says 100% 20-minute red. What I think they need to improve is the bands. I honestly think there should be more like lengthy bands for stuff which shows clear intent, like punching someone. Like there's just no excuse for it. Eye gouging is the only one that seems to get absolutely slammed. Man, what a terrible pass. Youngs has picked it up from his ankles once. You can't expect him to do it every time. Bloody hell. Sorry, I'll sit properly, Federico. I'll sit properly. Penalties conceded is 13-7, so it's almost double for England. Men will be men, yeah. But that's the thing. If you know you're going to get banned for like 20 weeks or something, or 10 games or whatever, you ain't going to punch someone, surely. If you give them a long enough ban. They did that with ice hockey. You used to be able to jump off the bench and join a brawl. And they made the bans stupidly long. And guess what? Nobody does it anymore. Nobody. It never happens anymore. Because the bans are ridiculous. Financial and like performance. You can't play. Oh, Ireland have got another penalty. This is going to be the game, isn't it? Punching is a 12-meet minimum. Yeah, there's just no reason for it. And it's one where you can't say, oh, I accidentally slipped up. Accidentally fell on him with my fist. "14 penalties, England, I know. I think that's more than their average as well. So it's just, yeah, it's not good. ML are doing 20-minute reds as well. Should be a non-red option. Also needs to be a get off my field option. Yeah. Take the kick again. "14 penalties, that's Scotland numbers." I know, right? England are paying into Ireland's hands despite the red card. Yeah. That was their chance to maybe get back in the game, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen at this point. I think England has averaged 12 penalties per game. Yeah, so this one's even more. That's good. I'll believe Joe when he says 32. He still hasn't kicked it for me. Goodness me, handwriting on this side of the board's tough. But it is good. It is 32. Game over, people. No coming back from here. Ireland have been ruthless. And Tim is over this game. 20-minute red card would not have made a difference in this game. Yeah, exactly, because he got it on, what, the 63rd minute, so it's going to be the same anyway. Darren, I am at 73-30. Is the lack of crowds affecting some teams more than others? I would have thought it'd be much of a muchness. But certain crowds, I guess, are a bit more ferocious than others. England's turn for a penalty. Well, they're not going to go for 3. Peter Marty's on. How long's he been on? Fans, it doesn't count. These are just warm-ups for the Lions tour. Yep, Tim, you can keep saying that. Yeah, where is Itoje's scrum cap? He's not usually seen without it. Oh, messy line out. Current score line reminds me of the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. That's pretty similar, isn't it? Oh, Federico. Thank you, brother. I hope you're well, man. I hope you're enjoying this one. It's tough without the Hawares at the moment. I haven't seen much of the Argentinian guys except for the ones playing in Super Rugby, but hopefully we get something back for those guys soon. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Late to the party, Jimmy. How's it going? It's all Ireland. Despite a 63rd minute red card. England are banging on the door at the moment. They want another score. They're about 3 meters out. The ball's not particularly quick. They're about as close as you can get. It's the slowest ball in the world. Can't see anything. Advantage for England. They can just spin it now. Go on, try something crazy. Or just keep busting it up through your forwards. Nope, no way through there. Try? No? Oh, it's going to be 13-man Ireland. What's going on? Conor Murray. Okay. Only 2 minutes left. They have to score here. Yeah, where's the try? What, did he knock it on or something? My kids are causing all kinds of havoc in the next room. Seems the ref's giving Genji a talking to. Elbow straight into Sexton's face, not caught. I didn't see that either, but again, the telly I'm watching on is smaller than my whiteboard. Stockdale is going off. It's Ireland without 2 backs, so the scrum should be still full power. It's Gatlin's pick, so expect 60% Welsh for the Lions after the Six Nations. Even without Wales' performance, he's surely going to pick his standard guys. Is Henshaw really going to get man of the match now? Nice. Well deserved. Byrne was better, but they can't give Byrne man of the match every week. He's been phenomenal. Tom, I will be watching the Welsh game. Yep. That's on in like an hour and a half. My kids are probably dying for their breakfast, so once this game's over, give them some brekkie and then get ready for the next one. Right, let's get on with this one. Oh, Gullis, man. Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. I will get a TV at some point. It's on the list. It's on the list. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Right. The scrum's gone down. England got advantage. Youngs to Robson. To Johnny May. He gets through and he scores. (15-13). Had to be spaced out wide. Bro, he just drop kicked that. Are you kidding me? I would like to see that kick again. Good effort from Keenan to try and close down that space with 2 extra men, but yeah. What a drop kick to convert it. Not going to change the result. One minute to go. 32-18. The ref said they'd look at it after the game. I can't hear anything since I put the sound on for my son, who's now buggered off into the other room. Extreme leg for the drop goal. Yeah, it was a hell of a kick. It had quite the angle. Just freaking nailed it, man. It was a great kick. Not one you would see very often. And then, yeah, Sean, a good point. Good sending away for CJ Stunder. Good finish for him. Fitting finish for him. And it's over. Into the stands. Good win for Ireland. Good send off for CJ. Yep. Good game. CJ looks proper chuffed. Oh, that's touching. Right, yeah, crazy game. Red card. Lots of penalties. Good Irish scrum. Couple of magic tries. Yeah, good game. Right, I got 2 crazy kids through that door, so I am gonna open that door up and feed them. And then we got Wales in their Grand Slam attempt against France in just under an hour and a half. So, yeah, you guys take care of yourselves. Good result for Ireland, not so much for England, but yeah, hopefully I'll talk to you guys again in about 90 odd minutes. All right, folks. See you.